welcome back. If we remember from the last episode, Faye was hurt really, really bad, and I'm so sad over that. So, we're gonna see how she does through this one, and we're gonna hope that she gets better, because I kind of like her. Kind of sad that she got hurt. Stupid sandworm thingy, whatever it was that got her. I wasn't paying attention to that part. But, okay, here we go. Posting guard over the entrance to the auxiliary lab where Stan resides is a vigilant soul. His eyes are sharp, but his gaze seems to be staring at something more than a metallic door of the lab. How's she doing?
The dog or the house cat? Kika says she's fine, but you can see it in her eyes. The cat is skittish, jumping at every little noise and barely focusing on her instruments. Al had to take over.
Oh, whew! I apparently can't talk today. Do you think she knew?
That she was walking into a hive of dangerous creatures, or that she was going to get her best friend nearly killed?
Both. Sol gives me a sad look of understanding. Does he know of my suspicions? Does he know that foul job I must perform?
If she did, those tears are rather convincing.
Kika? Crying?
Strange, right? Turns out the little kitten can meow loudly when she thinks nobody's around.
Don't look so happy at her sorrow.
Sorry. I just like seeing the hero knock down a peg.
You're a monster.
If you knew her like I did, you'd be happy to see that she has a humble side.
Is that why you're here? So you can rejoice in the pain of the mutt you hate so much? Ouch! That was a stab. How's she doing? Do you care?
She woke up for a couple of minutes, screaming in pain and terror, crying for someone to make it stop before she passed out again. The bastard ran tests to try and find out what she had been poisoned with, but couldn't come up with anything.
What?
That's what I said. I swear that thing's medical license has to be from some dinky backwater university. He was having trouble just trying to patch up the cuts.
Did he say there was anything strange about them?
The cuts themselves? No. I'm telling you, Natalie, the Colonel is an absolute worthless doctor.
Worthless or something far worse.
In the end, I had to force him to use his precious resources to try and test no antidotes for a cure. At the threat of reporting his undocumented cupboards, he finally found one. She's still unconscious, though. The doctor says she's currently in a coma induced by the chemicals and isn't responding to outside stimuli.
So, if I wanted to ask her a question?
I'm not sure when, if ever, you'll be able to talk with her.
Oh, he looks so depressed now. I feel bad for calling him a douchebag, because he's been kind of rude. And I feel bad now. This is not reassuring. What am I gonna do? Find the culprit, I suppose. Man, I feel so bad. This episode has started out so depressing. Because, Faye's hurt and Sol has feelings. Kika was crying. Why are you here? You hate Faye. Oh, I've been misspelling Faye's name. Now I feel bad.
Clearly not strong enough.
What's that supposed to mean? Huh, what does that mean?
I don't trust him. I don't trust that bastard, and I don't want him left alone with my dog.
She's not a dog, and she's not yours.
Fine, my wolf.
Not better.
When Lena left me, all I was left with my memories and our dog. Forgive me if I want to protect something precious to me.
Aww. Faye, the girl I hear you call a mutt on a daily basis, the woman who you treat like garbage is precious to you? You have a strange way of showing it.
You should head to bed. You're still spun up over what happened out there.
He's so complicated. I don't understand you. I guess it's my turn to yell whatever and storm off.
I'm sorry about that. I'm just stressed out about my family. I've lost too many people important to me. I don't want to lose more than something I could prevent. there was so much more to your character than I've been paying attention to. I understand, Soul. We're both tired. There's a lot more play here than radar station in the middle of nowhere or battle between two squadrons of starfighters. But it's not right. I don't want to hurt my only friend here. I don't care if the rest of them hate me. That's just part of my job. But you all, just try to be nicer to them. If you could, my job would be easier. You'd be happier, and we'd both not be a hair away from snapping. I'll try, but no promises. I'll try to thank you, but no promises. Good night, Natalie. Don't stay here all night. I'll stay as long as I'm needed. He slips back into a resting position, leaning against the wall, parallel to the door. Knowing him, he won't be leaving that spot until Faye gets better. Still never once asked about my suspicions, never tried to pry information. He told me all of his thoughts and concerns about Colonel Nelson being suspicious, but asked for nothing in return. I want to trust him. For now, I will. I will give my old friend the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to keep him angry at me. I don't want to keep being angry at him. But the way he wants to protect Faye, actions speak louder than words. I think I'll trust him to watch over her. He says such mean things about her, but he does something like this. Why doesn't he just get honest with himself? Either he hates or likes her. Clean and simple. Why can't things be clean and simple? Sten Nelson. Hiding medicine, not knowing the basics of medicine, being unable to correctly identify the chemical agent? Is he a colonel who just doesn't really practice medicine much, or something more sinister? See, I never liked Stan. He gave me a creepy vibe the first time I saw him. I didn't even give Kylie much thought until now. What is she bringing on the ship that we don't know about? I should have been more concerned when Soul mentioned getting those Quinn steaks. My eyelids fell heavy. Today has been far too long. Nappy bye! Bed. Try to keep my mind focused on so the rampaging demons of my mind don't consume me right now. I almost pull myself into the sweet embrace of my warm sheets, but quiet sobbing pulls me from my focus. Kika? In almost a heartbeat, the sobbing stops. The mask of a hero is pulled back on, and Kika drops down from her top bunk. Oh, hey. What are you doing here? I thought you'd be up thinking about the recording. I could ask you the same question. I thought you were on the bridge doing the navigation. Rasuna threw me out. She seems to think that I'm not emotionally stable enough right now to do basic navigations into uncharted space. Please. Are you? Of course I am. Why bother asking such a stupid question? Are you? Yeah, I'm just fine. I wasn't the one who was attacked after all. How's Wolfie doing? For someone who spends most of her time on uncharted planets, I'm sure she's just fine. I doubt this is the first time she's been attacked by monsters. I don't have the heart to tell her that Faye was poisoned. Then again, she may already know. She's sleeping right now. Dr. Nelson is doing the best he can to patch her up. Good as new. See, I knew it. That's why I chose her to be my minion. I wouldn't choose someone who was a weakling. You have others? Of course, but she's the only one who had orders with me. Blade has to stay behind. Serves him right for not working harder. I still would have liked to send him a message before we made the shift to deep space. We won't be able to communicate out here. Sounds like you miss him. I don't miss him, idiot. Just wanted to make sure he was taking care of himself. He's a mess without me watching over him. Are you sure you aren't the one who's a mess without him? Busted! Oh, scandalous. No, I'm just fine. Things are tough right now, but I'm tougher. But you're so sad. You snot-nosed brat. Are you sure she's okay? Why don't you go down there and check? Soul's down there now. Now you've got me worried again. Worried about your friend? I'm not
worried about anything. I'm just concerned that my minion is not getting the same care that I would be afforded. By either a subpar doctor or a secret smuggler? You've got low standards for yourself, Lieutenant. Try as she might, that mask can't seem to stay up. Kika's hurt emotionally just like Faye was mauled physically. If I let my heart decide, I would exonerate Kika right now. But I have to maintain my suspicion while the evidence points to her. I can't let my emotions blind me. Maybe, just for tonight, I can let everyone be innocent and be the trusting comrade Kika needs. As I pull myself into my bed, the words of my heart finally let themselves be heard. Don't worry, Kika. We'll find the artifact and go home heroes. Everyone will cheer for us. Nobody will need to be sad or in pain anymore. Right. It's the only logical outcome after all. Well, I'm going to bed. I'm going to need to be on top. I'm going to need to be in top form tomorrow. Good night. Good night and good luck to us all. This has been so sad. Like, oh my goodness, why is this happening? There is too much emotion in this one. It's like, ooh, this is irritating me. Where's that happy gonna kick back in? Show me happy. Show me fluff. Show me. I'll take anything but this sappy, sad goopiness. I can't help but stare out the window, my thoughts lost in space. Literally. I'm letting my heart and hopes get blended into the mission. Each day that passes, I'm letting myself care more about than just the results. It's scaring me. They say that Faye is still sleeping 23 hours a day. Soul jokes that her sleeping every waking minute of the day is nothing new. But it hurts me to think I may have been responsible. Asito shouldn't let herself care about the people in the case. If something like this happens, I'm supposed to just brush it aside and keep working. But out here in the depths of space... Ow, cat! That hurt. You need to calm down. But out here in the depths of space, my armor has been stripped away. My soul faces reality, and the questions of my actions are starting to mount up. There's only one timed testing thing I can do to recover from the descent into darkness. Time for some Marino's quest. I reach for my data pad, but the familiar weight on my hip isn't there. That's right. The crook smashed it. The criminal who escaped my grasp. I guess I can just keep staring into space. Even now, as my mind slips further into insanity, the tune of the greatest game in all of history plays through my mind. I can hear its melody, so calming, so relaxing. Wait, this may be my eroding sanity, but I'm pretty confident that the music is playing in more than just my head. It's permeating around the bridge. The only person on the bridge is Kika, who would be huddled over her station for a while now. What's the likelihood that the princess is playing electronic games? It doesn't seem like it would be her style to play fake games. Still, there's no harm in asking. Hey, Kika? What? I didn't do anything. Nobody saw me doing anything. You can't prove anything. Relax. I just wanted to ask if that was Marino's quest you were playing. Who said I was playing anything? That's the sound of my navigation equipment. It sounds musical to the untrained ear. You're on the spider, boss. Alright, what's your price? My price? Not to rat me out. Rosina always made me do push-ups. She solely yells at me for a few minutes, and Al makes me cover a shift of his. What's your price? That's called punishment. Call it what you will. What's your price? Can I play with you? No, nobody plays on my save file. I understand. I'd do the same thing if I was in your shoes. But just for today, I will let you watch me. I'm about to tell her where she can stick that boring idea when I remember there's an enemy agent running around. Getting close to one of the suspects might help me. Fine, I'll settle. I'll walk over to where Kika sheltered her data pad. Sure enough, there's Marina's quest staring right back at me. I hate the spider boss. You and me both. At least it's better than the flying fish boss. Flying fish boss? I don't remember that one. Shh!
Sure you do. We had to fight it a couple days ago. I stifle a laugh. We should have leveled up outside first. Maybe if you would have shared the strategy guide with the rest of us, things would have gone better. We did the best we could with what we had. Whatever, stop distracting me. Not wishing to continue a pointless argument, I fall silent and commit to just watching her play my game. Kika isn't bad at the game. Her finger movements are deft and her strategies are precise. However, her fighting style drives me crazy within seconds. You know, you could just use Fire Blast too instead of wasting all your ability power on spamming fireballs. Yes, but that takes care of the little spiderlings as well. They aren't your biggest concern. You need to burn the boss off before it tries to use web sling. I know that. I like this plan better. But Fire Blast 2 has splash damage as well. Not nearly big enough. It is if you hit it just right. My accuracy is fine, thank you. You're wasting your potions. I have plenty. See? This is why I can't go home. You know nothing about good tactics. Yours are wasteful. It's just a game. Stop saying that! You just don't understand, Soul. I understand that Lieutenant Star is playing a game on her watch again. I think I'd rather pay Soul's price than Miss Chatty's. As much as I love reminding you again and again about your job while on duty, I'm only here to get Natalie. What's wrong? Is it Faye? No, you haven't had anything to eat in 2 days. Has it really been that long? Come on, Natalie. Alright, Soul. Alright, Kika. Consider what I said about the Fire Blast 2. No. Some people are hopeless when it comes to the best way to win games. My thoughts drift to a quote that has been stuck with me from a young age. It is only a step from boredom to disillusionment, which leads naturally to self-pity, which in turn ends in chaos. Despite our sense of urgency, our trails after the elusive ship and any potential pursuers have been thwarted by several red herring ion trails. I fear that boredom and feeling of being downtrodden is taking hold of the crew. I wish I didn't secretly agree with them. How can I best explain the past few days? We drop in, find absolutely nothing, and have to return to our starting point to try again. Our choices in the maze have led us nowhere other than empty tracts of the void. Our food seems to be disappearing faster than we estimated. Everything from our oxygen scrubbers to our engines seem to be on the fritz. Kylie looks worse and worse by the hour. The commander seemed to be holding strong, thankfully. She isn't allowing us to abandon our search just yet. Everyone else, however. This is stupid. You've said that for 15 times this meal, Kika. Meal? This is rice with soy sauce. That's no meal. That's borderline starvation. At least it's still 2 solid meals a day. Even though it isn't very tasty, at least it is filling. More filling than this blind search in the darkness. All I've been able to do lately is look for clues that might tip me off who's working against me on the ship. Word seems to have spread that I'm on the watch. However, they seem content to just lie in wait. Ugh! I think we have 2 very different ideas of what constitute as a meal. It has to last, otherwise we won't be eating anything. That's the point. I'm arguing. Geez, open your ears. We don't need to be out here. What would you suggest we do, then? Just let the Empire get their hands on the weapon? First off, we don't even know it's really a weapon. What proof is there in the ramblings of some data pad we found? They could have left that there to derail us. My initial briefing said that there was an important artifact out there. Right. Intelligence has never been wrong before. I don't like that attitude. And I don't like this whole situation. My second point is why us? Why don't we just go back and get more help? If this thing exists and is such a threat, we should be gathering as much help as possible. There's no time. Oh, but there's plenty of time to chase our tails blindly. Some of us don't have tails to chase. You know what I mean. Good morning, Soul. Morning, Lieutenant Star. You've been ordered to complete this mission. That should be enough. And if I think my life is worth a little bit more, then you're in a wrong profession. It's no place for a timid house cat. What brings you here this morning, Soul? Not just to torment poor Kika, I hope. I'm getting some food for Faye. The doctor couldn't be bothered to provide to his patient. Because she shouldn't be eating solid food yet. Because he's a lazy good-for-nothing.
How is she doing? Asking for solid foods is a good sign.
She's still not ready for the interrogation. I think you have planned.
Who said anything about an interrogation?
I know you too well.
You better not be trying to grill my minion. I'll do what my job demands of me.
Sorry, Natalie, but I have to agree with Kika on this one. When she isn't sleeping most of the days is when you can ask questions.
So, never? Pretty much. I might as well go bring Zuri her breakfast. You all are depressing me. The truth sucks. That's why we should just accept it and go home.
Abandoning your duty in the moment of need? And I'm starting to think better of you.
I'm going with you to visit my minion.
Fine. If it stops your mindless babble, you can come along.
It's not mindless. You both just don't understand the necessities of going home.
You're just being a pig, Miss Faye. Come on.
Aw. Want to come with me, Alphonse? I think Zuri would like the company.
Thank you for your kind offer, but I visited her when I woke up.
Gathered the impression that she wanted to spend some time alone with you. Oh? What for?
She has something she wants to show you. It's quite special to her.
Is it something I can tie up some of these loose threads?
No, but I think you will enjoy it the same.
Might as well. Listening to everyone complain about how this is a waste of time is eating at my patience. Soul might have no problem breaking it out, but I would rather not play the rank card over the devotion to duty one.
Once we find it, I'm sure Kika's tune will change. She's just trying to hide her sorrow right now. Venting her frustrations on the mission is the easiest way for her.
At the cost of driving me crazy? Alphonse laughs at my sorrow, but I don't hold it against him. This whole operation is feeling like a joke right now. The blind leading the blind through a minefield. I hope Zuri has something pleasant to get my mind off this nightmare. Oh, please, I am bored. This is depressing. Give me something funny. I want funny. Humor me. Hey, Zuri, I'm here with lunch, breakfast, brunch, whatever time of the day it is. I'll hold back for a second to make sure no flying moves are about to remove my head from my shoulder. Once my safety measures ensure a clear field to enter, I step in. Curled on the bed with her tail wrapped around her is my friendly Dreamin'. A sad smile tugs at her lip as she stares at her datapad forlornly. Is something wrong? I can stop back later. She pulls herself up, patting the spot on the bed next to her. I was looking for some old pictures from when I was still wildling. A what? When you aren't really hatchling anymore, but not quite old enough to join society and be named. A Dreamin' is considered to be a wildling. I've been meaning to ask you about that. Is your first and last name both Zuri? No, Zuri is Zuri. You only have one name? That sounds like it could be confusing. Not at all. When we become adults, we're given the name that is ours, and ours alone. I'm the one and only Zuri. You must have a very small population. We're a lot older and less spawny than humans. That's for sure. I can't help it that my species are a bunch of rabbits. Huh? Small mammals that breed incredibly quickly. Small, fluffy, cute. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. I guess it doesn't matter much. The point is that humans breed quickly in the grand scheme of things, and that there are a lot of us out there. You're all weird. Anyway, I wanted to show you some of the pictures I found. She hands me her datapad. It's almost remarkable the amount of scruffing on the screen, the digs in the case, and the way the screen seems to flicker. Zuri, this datapad is ancient. Where did you find it? I found it in a bush when I was wandering through a training camp years ago. Negus fixed it up and got it working for me. He's that one. She changes the image to a scrawny Dreamin' with thick, dark blue hair and a thick, stubby tail. His gaze seems to be staring past the camera even though he's looking straight at it. Negus was always really good at making broken things work. He'd tinker with any sort of abandoned electronics he found. I suppose it was fate. What is? Someone had wired a bomb inside a supply crate of food we found. He barely had time to scream for anyone to run before it went off. Aww. No! In the depression! In the depression! No! Oh, why you gotta pull at my heartstrings like this? That's awful. Who would do something like that? Warlords thought it would be a fun game to play. It was rather common and we were usually careful, but we hadn't had anything to eat in days. If Negus hadn't talked us out of it, we all would have died when it went off. This sounds like a horrible child rearing. No guiding authority, no protection, no education. But we are a lot tougher and determined for it. Those who can't survive don't. It's sad, it's depressing, but it is our tradition. You know, she's kind of got a point. It's not like it was all bad. You learn a lot about trading, survival, and working as a team. Even when my stomach was growling, the others were there to help me carry on. Here it is. It's the only one that has the most of our clutch in it. A group of 5 dreamers crowd together in a picture, taken in a beautiful grassy hill. All but the one I think is Negus are barely half my height. They look happy. Their clothes are rugged leather, their faces are covered in dirt and grime, the diminished amount of food evident in their bodies, but all of them stare at the same hopeful smile and I see on Zuri's face today. That's Ariel. He was our clutchest fighter. Whenever we were in danger, he would fling himself headfirst into it. Ariel caused us a lot of problems, but there was never a truer friend. She points to the smallest of the group, a fiery redhead with a body marred of scars and bits of his tail and broad wings missing. Even from the picture, I can see the energy and fight pouring from him. What happened to his ear? Funny story about that one, but I promised him I'd never tell it again. He's now a diplomat on the Ryulian Republic. I still can't picture him wearing anything other than a tunic. In the back, with the pale green hair, is Gedeon. He rarely spoke much, but he always seemed to have the right words to diffuse the situation. Gedeon was our diplomat, not Ariel. He used to make these really yummy wheat biscuits. Gedeon didn't make them very often, but he always made one more to celebrate our hatching day. Used to? He disappeared a few weeks after this was taken. Gedeon had a contact who used to trade us wheat for scrap, but we'd find the old ruins. One day he went to make the trade and never came back. I'm sure he's still out there somewhere. I like to think so. This was during a time when there was a fashion on Celestia for bags made from the wings of Draymons. So we suspected. I'm sure he's fine. Maybe he got kidnapped by a slave trader or something. Yeah, I'm sure he's still out there, thinking about his friends. What am I supposed to say other than weak platitudes? Realistically, he probably was killed to make some snobby rich lady a nice handbag. Disgusting as that thought is. What sort of jerk would I be to say that? Can you guess who this is? Kylie? Nope. I might have been small, but I wasn't that small. Guessing Kylie would be better than guessing Zuri. The girl in the picture doesn't strike me as the Zuri I know today. For starters, her stature really is smaller than Kylie. Her tail is thin and whip-like. Zuri's chopped hair is much longer, falling almost to her knees. I can count the number of ribs on her chest, so prominent they stick out. But the strange thing of all is she looks so meek, timid. She's clutching to the taller girl with long golden hair and air of grace and nobility. Zuri, on the other hand, looks like a scared mouse. What do you think? I was cute, right? You look so weak. I was thinking timid and meek. Little Zuri's adorable, though. She was happy, but absolutely worthless. I don't know what part of that sentence worries me more. Aren't you happy? If I can get out of this cramped room again, I'd be a lot happier. I want this sadness to end. Ever since Faye got hurt, it has just been straight sad. Oh, I need some happy in my life. I'll go yell at the commander again. What else? When I pick up the mantle of being a warrior, I realize the universe isn't as black and white as I thought it would be. Good and evil are hard to distinguish sometimes. I worry if I'm doing the right thing. I'm not unhappy, I'm just confused. I want to go home. Not you as well. It took a lot of courage for me to finally admit that. I've been thinking about it since we got back from the camp. I'm proud that I was able to say it. Little Zuri there would never have the courage to admit it. She'd just have the coward and have to be pulled along. Why? You know we have to do this. It's just something I feel in my gut. It's telling me that we should just go home now and forget about this. Kika gave me a logical standpoint. Zuri has given me the spiritual side of it. This is going to be dangerous. I feel it. I'm putting the lives of this crew into hardship at risk. There is no way I'm letting this mystery go unsolved. If this device turns out to be a super weapon, then it'll be worth it. The lives of a few versus the lives of the entire world. If it isn't, if this is a wild goose chase, we have to do this. It's our duty to do whatever we can to protect the innocent people of the Katagion dictatorship from any and all threats to their safety. I'm a little unsure of myself, to be honest, but I am sure of that. When I was commissioned, I swore to protect the citizens of my homeland and the troops under my command. I've got a bad feeling about this as well, but that doesn't mean I can shrink my duty in an hour of need. Ugh, get me happy. I'll need you there with me, Zuri. I can't do this without you. Don't lie. You can do this without me. No, I need you because you're not just you're my partner. You're my friend. You're my friend. This isn't the Sitjo talking. This is your friend talking. Because we're friends. We're in this together, thick or thin. But my effort to cheer her up falls flat. Try as I might, Zuri seems to have lost that flicker of happiness. You sound just like her. Who's her? Even though she doesn't say it, her eyes tell me who she's talking about. Zuri's emerald green eyes are dim and she goes back into staring at the picture. Who is she? Akuriel. She was our leader. She was the most important person in my life. She made me happy and whole. I want to ask more to help me understand Zuri's past a little more, but the hurt in her eyes wards me away. No, what Zuri needs right now isn't an interrogator, but someone just to be there for her. The food is growing cold, but we didn't move for it. Minutes tick by as Zuri fights tears and sniffles. I miss her. Tell me about her. You would have liked her. Definitely liked her more than me. When I was useless and weak, she was steadfast and strong. With her protecting me, I always felt safe. I was so weak, so pitiful. Monsters would come for us all, and all I could ever do was hide. She and Ariel would go out there and beat them to a pulp. She would make the bandits leave us alone. Once I got kidnapped by a bunch of slavers. They threw me into a small cage where I couldn't even see the light. I thought I was going to die in hell until I saw the sun in her face again. She was a true warrior, when I was nothing but a burden. I was so stupid. I was so happy with it. You weren't worthless. All I could do was patch up our stuff. And she loved my flute. Every night she'd always have me play songs on it for everyone. It made the night not feel quite so long and dark. I'd see her beautiful smile and cheery laugh. I really thought that I was helping everyone. What happened? I got her killed. Aw, no more depression! Zuri, I'm so sorry. If I wouldn't have been such a coward, if I would have stopped and stayed with her. You don't know that. What happened? I was gathering berries one day when I stumbled into a pack of these flesh-eating spiders. I screamed for help and she came running. If I would have just kept my big mouth shut. She told me to run, to let her fight and protect them from me. And I let her. I just ran away because I couldn't do anything. Never again. I'm never going to run away again when somebody needs help. That's why I'm staying here, even though I want to run. You might be my friend, but I still have more than just you to protect. Everyone on the ship needs my protection, just like Akuriel always fought for the well-being of our clutch. Zuri, your music didn't kill her. Not being a real warrior didn't kill her. She died trying to protect you. I knew you wouldn't understand. But no, you don't understand! Ugh. Zuri, can I hug you? I want to hug you so bad right now. Because it is absolutely bonkers. You're bonkers. Her best friend. I can't imagine the amount of pain and loss that Zuri went through. Akuriel was her sister, if not in blood, but in name. Still, that's no reason for her to blame herself for what was essentially an accident. Akuriel cared for Zuri as much as Zuri cared for Akuriel. I wouldn't let my family die if I could protect them. But Zuri can't see that. Maybe I can't see that either. If we didn't find something soon, there might be nothing left of my family. I need to find that stupid researcher ship. Let's agree that we're both crazy. Do you have any other pictures? Sure. There's an amazing one I took of the Emerald City in there somewhere. Zuri flips through her pictures of her home world without a second of nostalgia. I can't blame her. The dry world seems pretty bland. One picture of what I think is a ruined wall clutches my eye. What's that one? I don't know. Graffiti of some sort. Who knows? Who cares? The glowing blue scribbles look familiar, though, as does the person standing beside it. He's not a dreamin'. He looks more like a human researcher. I don't remember taking this one. Neges must have. He always liked those weird scenery pictures. No, I don't think so. Zuri, when were you breaking out of the undergraduate's datapad? Did we see a picture that looked just like this? Those markings look like the ruins. Hey, wait! You gave me this picture, remember? Remember? You were clutching yours so tight that I couldn't see it, so you gave me a copy. I did, didn't I? To the lab! I'm still... Make copies of that picture then. I'm going to get Rasuna to let you out of this cage. No, take it. You need to get cracking on this now. Oh, yes! Finally! Something happy is going on. Oh, finally! You're right, but I think I'm done reminiscing for now. As long as you bail me out after you're done, you can borrow it. Nothing bad is going to happen to this one. I give you my word. That's good enough for me. Now go! Shoot! And Zuri, let's keep this a secret for now. Alright. I'm not going to risk my adversary getting a step ahead of me. I am once again in the lead of the operation. I have the truth in my hands. But as I walk out, I can see that forlorn look in Zuri's face. I'm going to get her out of this cage. She may want to protect others, but I do as well. You know what? I think I'm going to end it there, because that was a really, really, really happy point. So I'm going to leave that on a happy point. Natalie finally got her clue back. Zuri is finally happy. Natalie is happy. There's been so much depression in this episode that I'm finally happy. So I'm going to stop there. So, let's recap. Faye was hurt and poisoned whenever they decided to go down and check a desert planet, and Natalie found a datapad. And then Faye and, what's the cat girl's name? I forgot her name. Kika. Yeah, Faye and Kika went off. Monsters showed up and attacked Faye. Faye got hurt and poisoned, and she's been basically hospitalized with a horrible, horrible Dr. Stan Nelson, who has done absolutely nothing to help her. Well, he's done something, but he has no idea what he's doing. Stan is useless. And then there's been depression all around. Things have been going bad. And then, remember whenever they found that datapad? Well, turns out Natalie had sent Zuri a picture of the ruined tablet. Oh my goodness. finally, we're taking a step forward. Okay, well, I'm going to end this here, guys. I hope y'all thoroughly enjoyed this because I am now having fun with this again. Oh, I was so depressed this entire episode, so I'm going to end this on a happy note. Yay! Advancement! Okay, anyways, I love you guys. Stay beautiful, and peace out!